Please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, everybody, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Margo. Margo. Start చేసిన Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. And if any of you are new members today, so just this is the daily classroom link, daily classroom notes you are able to get through this link. Now try to take this link. If any of you are new today, first time you are attending this class. So this is a classroom link, a daily classroom notes link. Through this link only you are able to get daily classroom notes. You can use it so that all the content we are able to get. And a Google Classroom code. Yesterday I created the Google Classroom. There the code for this is what there. This is the code. Now try to use this code anyway. All right, sir. Now the next one is what we are discussing actually. We are discussing about the differences between Java and other programming languages. That means other content here we are discussing. In that the differences between Java and other programming languages, already we started with two differences. Already two differences we completed. What are the two differences we completed? What is the first difference we completed there? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what there? Dynamic programming language. And a simple point, if you want to remember this, in a C and C++ applications, memory will be allocated for the data at a compilation time only. So it is a static programming language. In the case of Java, memory will be allocated for the data at a runtime. So it is what there? A dynamic programming language. Right. Next one is preprocessor is required in C, C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Right. In a simple points, if you want to remember this, preprocessor, right, is the first phase in a compilation process. But what is its responsibility? No. In a C program, if you provide any hash include statements with the header files, no, preprocessor will recognize that the hash include statements. Preprocessor will load the specified header files content to the memory. This type of loading is called as what there? Static loading. Next one is preprocessor is not required in the case of Java. Why it is not required in the case of Java? In Java, hash include statements are not available, header files are not available. Alternatively, we are having classes and interfaces in packages and import statements are available. To recognize the import statements, in order to load that package content to the memory, already we are having like a compiler and a JVM. All right, so then after this, So because of this reason, preprocessor is not required in the case of Java. We understood this point clearly. After that, I given one important interview question for you. What was that important interview question there? I given now. What are the differences between hash include statement and import statement? Hash include statements exist in C and C++, whereas import statements exist in Java. Hash include statements are able to include the predefined library existing in the form of header files, but import statements are able to include the predefined library existing in the form of classes and interfaces in packages. Hash include statements are recognized and evaluated by the preprocessor, but import statements are recognized and evaluated by the compiler and JVM. Hash include statements are supporting static loading, whereas import statements are supporting only dynamic loading. Single hash include statement is able to include only one header file. There are given some examples. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, hash include math.h, like this. By using a single import statement, we are able to import all the class and interface of the same package. Simple, we can write what there. Import java.iva.star. Here, what is the meaning of this star now? Star is representing what there? All classes and interfaces from the specified package. Right, sir? Good. Up to that we understood there. Now the third point today here we have to understand. What about this third one here? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. Clear? Before going to understand C, C++ and Java, whether they are platform dependent or platform independent, before understanding them, first we have to understand what is platform dependent programming language. After that, we need to understand what is platform independent programming language. These two things here we have to understand. First, we have to understand what is platform dependent programming language and what is platform independent programming language. Clear? Now, understand it clearly. I'm going to give one small definition. Try to understand it clearly now. Clear? Right, sir. Now observe carefully. If any programming language, understand it, what I'm telling you know, if any programming language allows its applications, observe carefully, if any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution, on only that means on a single operating system. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution both on a single operating system, not on different operating systems. I want to do compilation is on one operating system and I want to execute my program in another operating system. If I want to do this, no, this is not possible. Only one operating system. Both the compilation and execution both must be performed in a single operating system. Then that programming language is called a platform dependent programming language. Come again, what is the definition I have given there? If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution on a single operating system, then that programming language is called a platform dependent programming language. All of you clear up to now? Examples: C and C++. As per the title, easily we can understand it now. Up to that, it's okay. Normal concept, everybody can understand and everybody will talk about this punch here. It's okay up to now. But my point, my requirement is what there? How C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages. How can we say C and C++ are platform dependent? Definition is okay, understood that both compilation and execution must be done on the same operating system. But how it is the case? How can we justify this point? Right. For that, I'm going to give some representation. Try to understand this point. All of you put more concentration now. Now this is C and C++. Right from the C and C++, we have to understand the concept. Then only we can understand Java and its platform independent programming language. Okay. Right, sir. Now recognize this clearly. For example, I want to take a C program here. First of all, let me provide as per the definition. After that, I will explain to you now. If it is a C program, in the sense, there we have to understand .c is a file extension. So it's an indication for what there? A C program. Clear? Next one is after this. I want to compile this program. Why? Because whenever we have written C program, then definitely we have to compile our program. Now here we have to perform like what there? Compilation. There we have to perform like what there? Compilation. That's okay, fine. When we compile our program, when we perform the compilation, there automatically we are able to get .exe file. You already aware about it. When we perform compilation, automatically we are able to get what there? .exe file. Whenever we are getting this .exe file, that we have to execute. So here we have to go for what there? Execution. We know already who is performing this execution for C programs now. So now this I want to say like what their execution process. Now this execution could be done by C engine. C engine will perform this execution. When we execute this program, then automatically we are able to get some outputs. Some outputs here we are able to get. What outputs here we are able to get? No, understand this clearly. Output values here we are able to get. Okay. Now this is the total structure what we are having. Now try to recognize this clearly now. All right, come again. What exactly the structure I have given? First we have taken C program that we are trying to compile. Then after that we are getting .exe file. After getting this .exe file, after this here we have to execute our program. To execute our program here we have to go for execution process where C engine is able to execute our C program. Finally, here we are able to get some outputs. Clear? All of you are getting clarity up to now? Compilation is a process, so it required operating system. Execution is also a process, so it required an operating system. For both compilation and execution, we required operating systems. Whether it may be same operating system or different operating system is a later on. First of all, operating system is required to perform both compilation and execution. Now, for compilation, here I want to use one operating system. All right. Now, for example, I want to use this operating system is Windows operating system. Next one. For execution, I want to use another operating system. Maybe same or another as per the definition. First of all, I want to write like what there? Windows operating system. Now, this is a definition for platform dependent. Both compilation and execution both are going on Windows operating system. So definitely we are able to get our output. This is as per the definition. This total content is as per what their definition. Clear to all of you? Up to now, all of you are getting clarity. Nothing I discussed here. Just a definition I given. Same definition I represented in the form of diagram. Not more than this. Clear to all of you now? Now move on to the next point. Next to 2 minutes of time for a discussion purpose. I want to change the operating system at a runtime. Now here I want to provide Linux. Here I want to provide what there? Linux. Linux I want to provide. Clear? For compilation, which operating system we have used? Windows operating system. For execution, which operating system we are using? Linux operating system. For a moment, understand it clearly. All right. When we compile our C program on Windows operating system, automatically .exe file is generated. What file is generated here? .exe file is generated. All right. What is the nature of this .exe file? What exactly the nature of the .exe file? Observe carefully. .exe file contains directly executable code. .exe file contains directly executable code. It's not like any intermediate code. It's not like any other one. Directly executable code. And it is following, and it is having the local operating system representations which we have used for the compilation. Please read out the statement. Whatever the statement here I have given, please read the statement here. What we are understanding from this. .exe file contains directly executable code, and it is having the local operating system representations, which we have used for the compilation. Whatever the operating system we have used for compilation, same representations are available. All right, now understand this clearly. This is the nature of like what their .exe file. Please, all of you observe carefully. This .exe file has which representations? No, Windows representations. Am I right or not? This .exe file is having what representations? No, Windows representations. Clear? Good. Come for the next point. 2 minutes. Keep aside this point. No. Now coming to this execution process. Now observe carefully. Execution is going on which operating system? Linux operating system. C engine was installed on the top of which operating system? Linux operating system. So because of this reason, what's the point I'm telling now? What is its execution process? What is this execution status if you observe this? All right, C engine, that means it is able to execute, only Linux represented executable code. Come on guys, then what I am telling there, it is able to execute only Linux represented executable code. Why it is able to execute only Linux represented executable code? Why? Because that C engine was installed on the top of what operating system? Linux operating system. Understand my point here now? If C software is installed in Linux now, C engine can understand only Linux. If C software is installed on Windows now, then C engine is able to understand only Windows. From one operating system to another operating system, internal data representations point of view, differences are available. Don't expect the same representation is going on in all the operating systems. Think a minute about it. Same representation is going on in all the operating systems now. Then what is the requirement to have these many number of operating systems in outside? One operating system is sufficient if they're maintaining same representation. So because of that reason, the data representation and the conventions and the notations are varied from one operating system to another operating system. Windows is having one type of data representation. Linux is following another type of data representation. Both are not same. Both are not having a common representations. Okay, fine. Whatever it may be. Now understand it now. I have taken my C program. That C program I compiled on Windows operating system. I got Windows represented .exe file. It has only Windows represented executable code. And if we provide this Windows represented executable code to the C engine, which is on Linux operating system, now our executable code is not executed by C engine. Now our executable code, Windows represented executable code, is not executed by C engine. Why sir? Why C engine is not executing our Windows represented executable code? C engine was installed on the top of the Linux. It able to execute only Linux represented executable code. But we are providing what represented executable code? Windows represented executable code we are providing. But Linux is required what? C engine required what? Linux represented executable code. Where some mismatch is identified or not? Some incompatibility we can identify or not? Because of this reason, our program will not be executed. But if I want to execute my C program now, what we have to do now? Only one option. We don't have any other option here. Only one option. What is that option here? I'm telling there. Only one option. That option is like what there. Just we have to use like what there. In place of this Linux, we have to use that Windows operating system. That only the option here we are having. Or that option here we are able to have there. In place of Linux, we have to use what there? Windows operating system. So if you install C software on Windows operating system, automatically the C engine is able to understand which representations no. Come on, C engine now is able to understand which representations no. Windows representations no. That means here we set you previously only Linux no. Now in place of that, I can provide like what there? Windows representations. Now tell me once again. Now tell me, understand the total diagram no. I compiled my C program on which operating system? Windows operating system. I got .exe file as per which representations no? Windows representations. I'm giving this Windows represented .exe file to the C engine which is on Windows operating system. So the C engine is able to understand which representations no? Windows representations. We have provided Windows representations to what? C engine. Now it required which representations no? Windows representations. Now compatibility is available or not? When compatibility is available, automatically C engine can execute that program. C engine is able to provide some output. Now altogether, if you understand the conclusion now, my execution operating system is totally depending on the operating system which we have used for compilation or not. Execution engine operating system is dependent on the operating system which we have used for compilation. So is it not the meaning of platform dependency? Is it not the meaning of the platform dependent? And the programming language which you have used is dependent on the operating system. So altogether I can say clearly programming language is what? Platform dependent programming language. Understand my point, Gano? So here the point is what? If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution both on the same operating system, not possible to perform compilation in one operating system and execution is on another operating system. When both compilation and execution must be performed on the same operating system, there we have to go for what there? Platform dependent programming language. The programming language is like what there? Platform dependent programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity or not? Right, so now let me take this diagram. No? I want to give just one line information I want to provide for this. Now try to recognize this clearly. Right, so now here we are saying that C and C++ are what there? Platform dependent programming languages. I'm telling there. Now the point here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. If we compile C and C++ applications on Windows operating system, then the compiler will generate .exe file. Compiler will generate .exe file. All right, sir. Where the generated .exe file contains, directly executable code, and it is following and it is having the local operating system representations, that is Windows representations. Observe carefully, that is what their Windows representations. Next one is what? Next one here. That is Windows representations. That's okay, fine. If you want to execute the Windows represented .exe file, if we want to execute the Windows represented .exe file, then we must use the same Windows operating system at runtime. The same Windows operating system at what time can know? At a runtime. Right, so now because of this reason we can understand what there, due to the above reason, we can conclude that, we can conclude that the C and C++, are platform dependent programming languages. C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages. Right, so now that's a point here we can understand. Where diagram also were given, clearly we can understand. Clear? All of you are getting clarity up to now. What is the nature of the .exe file? Come on, what is the nature of the .exe file? .exe file contains what? Directly executable code, and it is having what? It is having what representations? No, local operating system representation. That is a compiler. Sorry, that is the operating system which we have used for compilation. In our example, what operating system I have used there? Windows operating system. So .exe file contains what operating system representations? No, Windows representation. That must be executed on which operating system? Same Windows operating system only. Not possible to execute on other operating systems. Because of this reason, C and C++ are what there? Platform dependent programming language. Clear? So of course, up to now we understood C and C++ only. Actual our requirement is what? Java. Next one, Java. That we have to put more concentration. Out of all the members, 100% of members understood this topic up to now. Same tempo we have to maintain. Then we have to understand the next Java related point. Java related point is what? Java is a platform independent programming language. How Java is a platform independent programming language, that we have to understand. As you are the Java developer. Yes, sir. Java developers or not? Any doubt? I think some of you are having question mark. First class is sufficient to say yourself is a Java developer. Already you are trying to learn Java. What is Java? How Java is going on? See, for example, I am telling to you, whenever we want to apply for the PhD, after completion of the MTech PhD, to keep that PhD name along with the degree along with your name, not required to complete the total PhD. Just you can give that name, then in the bracket we can provide PhD dot dot dot. 2 dots or 3 dots we can provide. So what's the meaning of it now? PhD is going on, it's continuing. So now you are Java developers only. Don't have any doubt on it. Your Java developers might be within few months of time, we are the full stack Java developers. Okay, now understand like that. That means have that confidence and try to understand the content. Easily we can understand it now. Right, sir? Now shall we move on to the platform independent programming language? Right, put more concentration. First of all, now understand it. What is the definition for platform independent programming language? Right, what is the meaning of platform independent programming language? If any programming language, observe carefully, is quite opposite of platform dependent. If any programming language allows its applications to perform, come on now tell me, to perform the compilation is on one operating system, compilation is on one operating system, and the execution is on another operating system, then the programming language is called, what is this one again? No, platform independent programming language. At least definitions here we understood clearly. What is platform dependent? What is the meaning of platform independent programming language? What is platform dependent programming language? No, if any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution on the same operating system, then what is this platform independent? No, if any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then that programming language is called platform independent programming language. Any example for this platform independent programming languages? No, Java is the best example. Of course, Python, .NET, number of technologies are available, not required. Now our requirement is what there? Java. So now here we have to understand like what there? Java is the best example for it. But now the point is how Java is a platform independent programming language. How can you say Java is a platform independent programming language? Right, sir. Now put more concentration, all of you know. I'm going to take this point through a diagram. I want to display the point. Now try to understand it. No, I want to take a separate diagram. Try to observe carefully. After that, I want to compare both the diagrams. No, but understand this clearly. For example, listen carefully. For example, a Java file here we have taken .java. As usual, first of all, we need to perform compilation. First, we have to perform compilation. This is like what there, compilation. When we perform compilation over the .java file, automatically in Java we are able to get what files? No, come on, what files? No, data class files. In C, C++ it may be confusion, but in the Java it's very clear. Before compilation .java, after compilation .class. Clear. Now here we are getting some contents. It's not directly exactly zeros and ones. No, some different symbols we are able to get. Later I will talk about it. What is the nature of the .class file? After completion of this, now here we have to understand like what we need to go for what there execution process here we have to do. As per the definition, I want to show this execution now. Now tell me, understand it clearly. Once we are generating this .class file, as per the definition of the platform independent, we can run this .class file in any of the operating system. Not only the operating system which we have used for compilation, in any of the operating system, I can execute my Java program once if I compile the program, once if I got .exe file, sorry, .class file. That's why here I'm going to take multiple executions. What are the various executions here I'm going to take? No, here I'm going to take one execution like what there. This is one execution. This is one execution. Now here we are going to get some outputs also from this. Here I'm going to provide some output data, output content, output value. Okay. Then after this, here we are using right side. For execution, definitely we require some operating system. I want to give that operating system also. Later on I will give names. First of all, now this is one-time execution here we can understand. Like this, we can execute the content multiple times. Now this is another one. This is another one, another time execution. And this is another time execution. Like this, multiple executions here we are performing. Here I want to use compilation also. One operating system here I've used. Now I want to give some operating systems. I want to confirm them. First, we are having compilation I want to do on Windows operating system. Compilation I want to do on Windows operating system. One time execution I want to do on Linux operating system. Another time execution I want to do on Mac operating system. Next one I want to execute the thing in what there Solaris operating system. At some other time I want to use the same Windows operating system again. No issues for me. Even though we have used the same Windows operating system for compilation and for execution, no problem, we can do that. But still my programming language is a platform independent. Platform dependent is a condition. What is the condition there? Must use the same operating system. But in platform independent, we don't have any condition like what there. Come on. Right, sir. We don't have any conditions like what there. We don't have any conditions like what there. We must use a different operating system for this. Even though we use the same operating system, but still we can think of it as what there platform independent programming language. Right, sir. Now understand the point clearly. What I'm telling to you. Java program I have taken, compilation here we have taken, .class file, multiple executions, 4 times executions I am doing now. in a different operating systems. Up to now, all of you are getting clarity? Clear? All of you are clear up to now? Right. Next important one. Next 3 minutes of time. Very important. Try to put more concentration. In the case of C and C++, when we compile program on Windows operating system, we got .exe file. What is the nature of the .exe file? Now tell me. The nature of the .exe file is .exe file contains directly executable code, and it is having the local operating system representations which we have used for compilation. Remember this punch. Come to this one here. When I compile my Java program on Windows operating system, here we got .class file. Then what is the nature of this .class file actually? What is the nature of the .class file actually? If we observe this, the nature of the .class file is .class file. .class files are not having .class file doesn't have directly executable code. Does not include directly the executable code. .class file does not have directly executable code. Okay, it contains, observe carefully, bytecode. It contains what code? You know, bytecode. .exe file contains directly executable code. .class file does not have directly executable code. It contains bytecode. Okay, now here for our simplification point of view, I want to write like what there. Directly I'm telling to you, .class file contains bytecode. I'm giving clarity. It is not directly executable code. Now we can understand clearly. It is not directly executable code. Okay. If it is not directly executable code, but what is this type of code? Which type of code it is? No. All right. I'm giving clarity. Understand it. No. It is an intermediate code. It is not source code what we have written. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. Understand the point what I'm telling there. This is what there, an intermediate code. Everybody put more concentration now. It is not directly executable code. It is not the source code what we have written. It is what there, an intermediate code. Clear? Okay, fine. It is an intermediate code, and it is not having any operating system representations. In the case of .exe file, what happened? It has the local operating system representations, including Windows, that is Windows in this example. But in the case of this .class file, what we are telling there, .class file contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code, and it is not having any operating system representations, including Windows. Why I'm stressing on Windows? Why I'm specifying on Windows? For compilation, we have used what operating system? Windows operating system. It doesn't have any operating system representations. Simply speaking, it's a neutral bytecode. It's an intermediate code. It's a neutral bytecode. It's not at all related with any of the operating system. Okay, this is the nature of the .class file in Java. All of you are getting clarity up to now? Right, sir. Frequent, I'm asking this point, everybody must clear about it. Up to now, all of you are getting clarity. Next, moving on to the next point. Listen carefully. Okay, this is a story up to .class file. But now coming to the executions now, if you want to execute any code, any bytecode in a Linux operating system, that bytecode must have Linux representations. If you want to execute any bytecode or any .class file on Mac operating system, that bytecode must have Mac representations. Then only that code will be executed. If you want to execute any bytecode on Solaris operating system, that bytecode must have Solaris representations. If you want to execute any bytecode on Windows operating system, that bytecode must have Windows representations. Please recognize this. For compilation, what operating system we have used? Windows operating system, but still it doesn't have Windows representations. And at the same time, if you want to execute this bytecode on Windows operating system, directly it is not going to be executed. Why? Because this is neutral bytecode. But to execute that bytecode on Windows, no, that bytecode must have Windows representations. So point is very much clear. Now here only we are pointing the exact concept. If you want to execute any bytecode on any of the operating system, that a bytecode must have the respective operating system representations. Then only execution is going to be performed over the bytecode. Got or not? But here what happened? Our generated bytecode is what? Generated bytecode is what? Neutral bytecode. It doesn't have any of the operating system representations. But if you want to run that bytecode on any of the operating system, that bytecode must have the respective operating system representations or not. So again we are getting some gap or not. Again we are getting some incompatibility or not. Almost a similar problem what we have seen in the case of C programming language or not. No response. Exactly. In this particular situation, Sun Microsystems has given a solution to make Java as a platform independent programming language, to make Java program to run under multiple operating systems. Exactly in this particular situation, Java has provided a solution by introducing or by providing some converters. By providing what there? Some converters. What exactly the converters here? No, right, understand it clearly. Sun Microsystems has given some converters here in between .exe file and in between like .exe file and our operating system, our execution environment. Sun Microsystems has given some converters. What are the converters which are provided by Sun Microsystems? For example, here we can understand this is like what there conversion mechanism. This is one conversion mechanism. Understand it clearly. Now this converter or this conversion is able to take a neutral bytecode as an input, and it is able to convert that neutral bytecode into Linux represented bytecode. This converter is able to take neutral bytecode as an input. That neutral bytecode will be converted to Linux represented bytecode. Now that Linux represented bytecode is executed by execution engine, then it able to provide some output. Similarly, now here the Sun Microsystems has provided one more converter here. Now Sun Microsystems has provided one more converter or conversion mechanism. Now what this conversion mechanism is able to do? No, it is able to take that neutral bytecode as an input. It is able to take that neutral bytecode as an input. It is able to convert that neutral bytecode from neutral nature to the Mac operating system representations. This converter is able to convert neutral bytecode to Mac represented bytecode. When we give that Mac represented bytecode to the execution engine will execute that and it is able to provide some output. Now tell me, similarly, what is the job of this particular converter here? What it is able to do there? As we understood clearly the last 2 points, no, easily we can understand what is the job of this converter. It is able to take what bytecode? No, neutral bytecode as an input. It is not dependent on any of the operating system. It's a neutral bytecode. Then this converter will convert the neutral bytecode to the local operating system representations. Now this is what their Solaris representations. That Solaris represented bytecode is executed by execution engine, then it will provide some output. Lastly, one more thing, last one here. What about this last one here? Another conversion is required here. That another conversion is able to take that neutral bytecode as an input, and that neutral bytecode will be converted to like what their local operating system representations. This local operating system representation is what their Windows representations. Now this execution engine is able to execute that Windows, then finally it is able to generate some output. Guys, once again I'm asking this question to you, try to answer for it. What is the job of this conversion mechanism? What is the job of this converter? Converting the bytecode from neutral nature to the local operating system representations. Observe carefully. Local operating system represented bytecode. What is that? Local operating system represented bytecode is called native code. Local operating system represented bytecode is called as what there? Native code. Now it is executable code. The native code is what there? Executable code. Okay. Now in a simplified points, converter will convert bytecode to native code. Where we have used some converters, no, that converters are able to convert the bytecode to native code, converting data or maybe code from bytecode to native code. Clear? Okay, fine. All right, sir. Because of these converters, our problem is solved. Previously, the problem is what? I have the neutral bytecode. How I can execute that neutral bytecode on multiple operating systems? No. To execute this bytecode on any of the operating system, I must require this bytecode in the operating system representations. That's a big problem here, where Sun Microsystems has provided solution by introducing these converters. With the help of these converters, we can convert the bytecode from neutral nature to the local operating system representations, that is the native code. When native code is generated, the native code will be provided to the execution engine. Execution engine will execute that. It is able to provide some output. Yes, sir, got it or not? But here my question is, how Sun Microsystems has provided these conversions? How Sun Microsystems has provided these conversions? That's the question here. All of you observe carefully. I'm going to give one conclusion, very good conclusion. Sun Microsystems has provided these conversions along with this execution process only. Sun Microsystems has provided these conversions along with what there, this execution process only. Right, sir. Along with execution only, these conversions are provided. Everybody understand this clearly. So this conversion mechanism and execution both are provided in a single component, in a single device inside the Java software. That single device is what there, JVM. That conversion and as well as execution both are provided in a single device. That single device name is what there, JVM, Java Virtual Machine. JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Here also we are getting like what there, Java Virtual Machine. Straightly I'm asking this question to you, answer for it. What is the purpose of the JVM? What are the responsibilities of the JVM? Two responsibilities are available for JVM. What are the two responsibilities? No, translating bytecode to native code, executing that native code. What is native code? What is native code? Local operating system represented bytecode. That is directly executable code. Yes, sir, got it or not? That is directly executable code. That's the meaning of what there, native code. Converting bytecode to native code, executing that native code is the responsibility of the JVM. But inside the JVM, so many components are available. I'm not going to talk up to that level. At this level, understand JVM is doing this total work. JVM is converting bytecode to the native code and JVM is executing that native code. Then we are getting output. Is that all of you are getting it or not? Fine. Now I'm asking one more question to you. Now try to answer for my question. How many times we compiled our program here? How many times I compiled our program? Come on, compilation is performed how many times here? Only one time. In only one operating system, one time. That is what operating system? Windows operating system. That's nice. How many times I have executed my program? How many times we have executed the same program? 4 times we have executed on different operating systems. Am I right or not? Now here my question is, 4 times we are executing our Java program in multiple operating systems. Now in the case of executing 4 times, how many types of JVMs are used by, in this example, how many JVMs are used for 4 times execution? I'm giving option clearly. How many JVMs are used for executing 4 times the same Java program? Right, sir. Is that only 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? That's my question. 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? Think and give the answer. Don't give blind answers now. 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? How many of you are saying 1 JVM? Please raise your hands. No. Nobody. Please raise your hand. Full hand I required. Full. Right, sir. Nice. How many of you are saying 1 JVM? No. 1 JVM. Full hand. Okay. 4 JVMs. Yeah, it's okay. Nice. Good. Anyway, answer for this question is what there? 4 JVMs. Not 1 JVM. 4 JVMs. I'll give some reason also. I'll give some practical proof also. 4 JVMs are utilized in this diagram for 4 times execution. Here we are using only 4 JVMs, not 1 JVM. Got it or not? 4 JVMs, not 1 JVM. Why, sir? Why we are giving with this much of confidence? No. Answer is very clear. Understand it? Everybody understand it? Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. Because of only what there? JVMs only. Java is what there? A platform independent programming language. But JVM is a platform dependent tool. That is this. In general, most of the people are not agree with this statement, but it is a right statement. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVM only, but JVM is a platform dependent. JVM is a tool. JVM is also a program. JVM is also a program, but it is a platform dependent. How many operating systems here we have used there? 4 operating systems. First JVM is a Linux based JVM. Second JVM is what there? Mac JVM. And third JVM is Solaris JVM. And fourth one is what there? Windows based JVM. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is platform dependent. One more extension part I am telling there. Not only JVM. Not only JVM. Total Java software is a platform dependent. Programming language is different, software is different. Programming language is platform independent, no doubt for that. Java programming language is platform independent, no doubt for that. But Java software is a platform dependent. Java software is a platform dependent. Say for example, if I want to execute my program, I've written a program. If I want to execute program, Java software is required or not in my system. So the program what I have written, that I can run on multiple operating systems, no problem. But the software what I installed in my system, that software is a platform dependent. That is Java software. But still people are having question marks, no? Just 1 minute wait. Observe carefully. I want to download Java software, sir. Downloads, Java downloads. All right, sir. Now here java.com, or maybe directly I want to go with oracle.com. Oracle is the right option. I want to download the Java software. All right, sir. Now here, what are the stable versions which are available at present? No, Java 20, Java 17 is a stable. Java 17 is a long-term support. Java 20 is also available. Java 20 is the latest release of Java SC platform. JDK 17 LTS is the latest long-term support. Java 17 is a stable one, long-term support, but Java 20 this was there is a light version only. Understand it clearly anyway. I want to download that Java versions. Now here, if you want to download Java versions, better. Now it's okay, no problem. Now here itself I can give that. Say here they are specifying some specifications here. What specifications here we are getting now? Linux, Mac OS. Before going to download the Java software, first I have to understand what is my operating system in my system. In my system, what operating system is available? Windows operating system. I have to select what there? Windows. If I select this Windows, on Windows here, we are getting different links for downloading Java software. Not even this, I'm giving might be the latest version here, no? Just if I go with the Java 8 downloads, for example, if I go with this now, there we can see effectively the content here. All right, so now, anyway, I'm not going to download, just I want to show in the website. Now I want to download the Java 8 version. Observe carefully. If your operating system is a Linux operating system, try to download this. If your operating system is like what their Mac operating system, try to download this. If your operating system is a Solaris, try to download this. If your operating system is a Windows, try to download this. So think a minute about it. If Java software is a platform independent for a moment, understand it. Assume it. If the Java software is a platform independent, why they are giving these many different types of links as per the operating systems? No. Why that website is giving different links as per the operating systems? No. If it is a platform independent, one link is sufficient for any of the operating system or not? One link of Java software is sufficient for any of the operating system or not? But why they are giving these many links? No. So here the point is what? Java software is what? Platform dependent. A specific link we have to click depending on your operating system. Say for example, if I click on this link, If I click on this link, observe carefully, automatically what will happen there? What I'm able to get now? Java software I'm able to get on the base of the Windows representations. Windows related Java software here I'm able to get. If I open that Windows related Java software, there I can see Windows related compiler, Windows related JVM. For example, if I click on Solaris, for example, if I click on this link here, automatically Solaris related Java software will be downloaded. If I open that Java software where Solaris related compiler software is available, Solaris related JVM software is available. Similarly, for example, if I click on this particular link here, Linux based Java software will be downloaded. That Linux based Java software contains Linux related compiler, Linux related JVM. So finally, now tell me, final conclusion is very clear. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is what? Platform dependent. Not only JVM, that complete Java software is what? Platform dependent. Is that all of you are getting clarity or not? All the points, are you getting my points or not clearly now? So this is in this way only we have to understand the subject. This is the level of subject we have to understand. If you understand like this, maybe that interviewer can ask any type of question to you, then we are in a position to answer for the questions. You must aware about the content in this way. That's why here I'm giving all the points effectively. Now try to understand it clearly now. All right, sir, my required information is completed here now. Whatever the information I'm expecting there, that information I delivered clearly. Now we understood clearly the concepts here. Now just give 2 minutes of time here. Let me prepare the document for our content. Whatever the discussion here we made up to now. For this, I want to give some document here. Now try to understand this clearly. Now here we are having like what there. I want to provide a diagram here. It's okay. Now here I want to give some information. All of you observe carefully. If we compile a Java program on Windows operating system, then the compiler will generate .class file. .class file or files, no issues there. .class file or files, where the generated .class files contains a bytecode. All right, what is the nature of the bytecode? It is not a directly executable code. Okay, it is not directly executable code. All right, sir, it is an intermediate code, and it is not having any of the operating system representations, including the operating system which we have used, for the compilation. That is what operating system here? No, Windows operating system. Right, sir. No, that's okay, fine. That's the point here. I'm giving clarity. Next one is what there? To execute the neutral bytecode. In any of the operating systems, then we must convert the neutral bytecode to the local operating system representations. Right, sir? To execute the neutral bytecode in any of the operating system, then we must convert the neutral bytecode to the local operating system representations. That is native code. That is what code here? No, native code. Right, sir. Understand my point here? Here the required conversions are provided. By Sun Microsystems. Here the required conversions are provided by Sun Microsystems along with the execution process, in a device called what is the device? JVM. That's it. I think so. You don't require any abbreviation for JVM. Already you are aware about it clearly. Now the conclusion here I'm telling there. Understand it clearly. Java. Okay, fine. Now I'm giving the clarity. The main purpose of JVM. The main purpose of JVM is to convert is to convert bytecode to native code and executing the converted native code. Executing the converted native code. That's it. Now that's the main purpose of the JVM. That's okay, fine. Next, conclusions. Understand this conclusion. Java is a platform independent programming language. Java is what there? Platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is a platform dependent. JVM is a platform dependent. Not only JVM, the total Java software is platform dependent. That's it, sir. Now this is the total awareness here. We can understand clearly now. Right, sir. Now required information and everything here we understood there. And finally, after completion of this diagram, I want to ask one important interview question to you. There we have to give answer for it. Everybody has to provide answer for my question here. Observe carefully my question now. What are the differences between .exe file and .class file? Right, so now what are the differences between .exe file? Then what next one can know? .class file. Clear, sir? All of you ready for it now? Right. Already you are aware about the answers. You have to give answers clearly. First of all, understand in which languages they are available. Now tell me here, .exe files are existed. .exe files exist in C and C++. For example, in C and C++. That's okay, fine. But .class files exist in Java. Right, so now this is the point here we can understand in Java. That's okay, fine. All right, sir. Now point number 2. Okay, then what they are having, what they include actually, what they include, no? .exe files contains directly executable code. All right, sir. Now here, what about this .class file? .class files contains bytecode. What is the nature of the bytecode, sir? Now tell me. What is the nature of the bytecode? It is not directly executable code. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. It's an intermediate code. Later on we have to convert that intermediate code to some other. Right, so now this is like what there. Another point. Next one is point number 3. Observe carefully. All right, sir. Directly I'm asking there. .exe file and .class file. If you compare this, which one is a platform dependent and which one is a platform independent? .exe file contains platform dependent code or not, but a .class file contains a platform independent code here. So that's why here I'm telling to you, .exe file is a platform dependent file. Right, sir. But whereas .class file is a platform independent file. All right, sir. Now that's okay, fine. Now this is another point here. Observe carefully. This fourth point is only general awareness point only, not like too much technical here. But as for the general knowledge, we are talking about it. Here the point is like what there. Security is very less with the .exe file, but security is more with the .class file. .exe files are able to provide less security. .class files are able to provide more security. .exe files are able to provide less security, but whereas .class files are able to provide more security. Right, sir. That's it now. Then how, sir? How can we say like this security related point now? Just I will give one example. Try to understand it now. Point number 1. 2 directions are available. Understand that both the directions. Direction 1. Basically, if we compare C and Java, C is providing less security, Java is providing more security. So automatically .exe is providing less security, .class file is providing what there? More security, as Java is providing more security. That is one point here. Second point, observe carefully. In general, all the viruses related files, all the viruses related softwares are introduced through the exe files. Maybe and compared in the relative comparison, dot class file, .exe file, if you compare, no, majority of the viruses related softwares are introduced through the .exe files. We are unable to trust the .exe file from third parties, but no virus related software is introduced through .class file. .class file is not allowing that. .class file is not possible to introduce viruses through .class file, but it's very simple to introduce viruses through what their .exe file. So even in this point of view also, in this way also we can understand it. .exe files are able to provide less security, whereas .class files are able to provide what their more security. Is it all of you are getting clarity or not? So this is the total concept what we understand about like what the differences between, that means C, C++ are platform dependent and Java is what they're a platform independent. And you may ask one question to me, even in the regularly, this question I used to get in the batches now. Sir, you are giving these many number of points, no, this much of theory and this much of some diagrammatic representation, all we are giving. But how I can remember all these things? How I can remember all these things? Can I buttify the subject? Can I buttify the total word to what? No. At this stage, buttifying in the sense is not at all possible. Okay, but how I can remember all these points? Then I don't know what is the process I have to follow to remember all the points now. So this type of question here we are able to get. First of all, understand it. Don't see the Java in a big hole. After all, Java. Really, I'm telling there, Java is after all. Don't think Java is the too much and it is coming from, it is related to rocket science. It is coming from some other planet. Some aliens are prepared Java. Unfortunately, we are no. Don't think about all these things. Java is a stupid. Java is a simple. Java is a like what I'm telling there. After all, Java. Don't see that Java in a big hole. Point we have to understand now. First of all, come out from that opinion. Point number one. Second point, what I'm telling to you. Second point. Simple example. I think might be you completed your academics, right? BTech you completed. For example, if you take an average BTech, if you complete, no. Straightly I'm asking there. Up to up to the completion of BTech, how many exams you have written, sir? Right from 10th class, you need to count. At least count here 2 minutes after, 1 minute after, count it, no. 10th class, how many subjects, no? 6 subjects, no. Intermediate first year, intermediate second year, then after that one MSET exam, then after that what next one there? BTech first year, so 2 semesters, I think so, right? BTech first year, second year, third year, fourth year, how many semesters, no? 8 semesters, no. At each semester, how many subjects, no? 6 or 7, for example. And now here, overall, how many subjects, no? As per my calculation, as I thought previously, nearly 75 to 80 subjects you completed. Throughout your life, 70 to 80. Okay, right from 7th class, even if you take now. Nowadays might be in LKG, UKG onwards, exams are going on. Understand it clearly? So, almost all 80 number of exams we completed up to now. Then after all, Java is one of the subject. Why you are thinking too much about Java? Moreover, now tell me, in all of your examples, in all of your exams now, what is your percentage now? Aggregate percentage, average percentage I'm asking there. Definitely, if you calculate everything, if you calculate right from bottom, everything, all exams there, everybody minimum will have 75 to minimum 75 to 80 minimum we are able to get. But some people are not having good percentage in BTech. Some people are having very good percentage in 10th class. I don't know what is the reason why. The people those are having 95% in 10th class, they are getting 60% in BTech. Number of cases I've seen that. 10th class might be maturity is very good, sir, but BTech maturity is very less, no? Unnecessary maturity is coming in BTech. That's a problem. But in 10th class, good maturity is available. That's the reason. Okay, whatever it may be. 80 subjects you completed. Java is after all one subject. Don't think much about it. Easily we can pass it. At the same time, your winning percentage in all of your exams is what there? 80%. So the same thing you can apply in Java. 80% your winning percentage. If you complete the courses effectively, 80% of the chances are available for you to get a job. Maybe 2 months before, 2 months later. Who are sitting inside this class now? Everybody will get job, no doubt for that. Everybody will get job, no doubt for that. but maybe few days before or few days later. We have to wait for our time. At the same time, we have to do hard work. At the same time, we have to learn the content effectively. So just I want to come to the class, I want to leave from the class, in a sense, not required. We are not going to get job. Right. So here itself, 2 minutes of time I'm consuming, no, but still I'm giving valuable information to you. How to remember all these points? That's a question. How to remember all the points and how to, like what I'm telling there, how to getting all the points into my mind. If you're thinking about it, one simple approach I'm telling to you, without feeling shy, one simple approach I'm telling to you, try to understand it. No, today you are learning this topic, platform dependency and platform independent concept. No, you are completed this part. Then what I'm telling there, by today evening, a call, you can call your friend or maybe your brothers or sisters or maybe siblings or maybe any of your near the person here, those who are technical, those who are studying, those who are doing anything, just call them, just a half an hour, try to explain what you understood to that point, to that person. Try to explain the concept what you understood today, try to explain the total concept to the other person, then definitely you will remember all the points. Got it what I'm telling there? If you are not explaining that, you will not measure your knowledge. If you explain the total concept to other person there, definitely in the explanation you may miss one or two number of points. No, again we will open it, you will check it. There you remember the concepts. No, that you will remember for a long time. If you explain successfully this entire content to some other person there, you will remember it. Got it or not? Okay. If nobody is available, sir, along with me, all the members are uneducated members only, the two worst members only. They are not in a position to listen my statements now. If you have such kind of situation, I have very good answer there. I think all of you are having mirrors at your home now, right? Mirrors are there, right? Go to the in front of mirror, then try to explain to yourself. That's it. Yeah, that is the best way of teaching, practice. The good teachers are able to practice in this way only. You can explain to yourself. If you're missing at any one point here, open the document, check it. Now again start your explanation. Definitely, you will remember for a long time. Yeah, just try for it. Today try for it. Whether you are going to remember it or not, tomorrow give that information to me now. Right, leave this one here. So finally, platform dependent or platform independent, that programming language, that content here we completed. Almost how many differences we complete up to now? 3 differences. Tell me what are the 3 differences? What is the first one? C and C++ are C and C++ are static programming languages. Java is what there? Dynamic programming language. What is the second difference? No, preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. What is the third one here? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what there? Platform independent programming language. Clear cut information. Now come for the fourth point here. Fourth one, pointers are required in C and C++, but pointers are not required, or not existed, strictly speaking, are not required in Java. Why? Pointers are required in C, but pointers are not required in Java. Understand, guys? 9 number of points only. Out of these 9 number of points, almost all we are coming to the fourth point. No, next few more points if I complete, no, then total this topic will be completed. By this, we are able to get understanding on Java, how far the Java is available from C, how much distance is available between C, and Java, that we can understand now. All right, sir. Now let's move on to the point here. Before going to understand pointers are existed or not existed in C, Java, before that, first of all, tell me what is a pointer variable? Yes, what is a pointer? What is the meaning of pointer? I'll give one simple definition. I know that. I'll give one simple definition. Try to understand it clearly. Pointer is a variable. Pointer is a variable. Yes, definitely pointer variable. It is able to store. It is able to store address locations of the data structures. Address locations of the data structures. What are these data structures? No, you said to us, pointer is a variable, is able to store address locations of the data structures, where the data structure where the data structure may be a variable, normal variable, maybe an array, maybe a structure. In the case of C programming language, structures are available, maybe a structure, or maybe another pointer variable. It may be anything. Understand, guys, what I'm telling you now? What is a pointer here? Pointer is a variable. It is able to store address locations of the data structures, where the data structures may be a variable, an array, or a structure, or another pointer variable. Simple diagram. Try to understand this diagram now. I think have I given the diagram again? Okay, fine, no problem. Simple diagram. Understand this diagram now. In C programming language, I want to declare a pointer variable. Simple example. Int a is equal to 10. What is the value here I given there? Int a is equal to 10. Int a is equal to 10. Say for example, I want to take what there? 50 for example. Int star p. What is the star p? No, pointer variable. That star p representation is what there? Pointer variable declaration. P is equal to ampersand a. What's the meaning of this ampersand? No, address of the a. This is in general simple C programming language code where pointer declaration. Clear to all of you? All of you are getting clarity on this up to now? Nice. Observe carefully. For example, when we compile this code, into a is equal to 50, when we compile this code, immediately what will happen there? A variable will have 2 bytes of memory. In a C and C++, integers will take only 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes of memory will be taken. Inside the 2 bytes of memory, data 50 will be stored. Data is what there? 50. 50 is the data that will be stored. Now, this memory has some address location. Address location, say for example, 1010. Clear? Up to now, all of you are getting clarity. Int a is equal to 50 semicolon I have taken. Variable a has 4 bytes, 2 bytes of memory, where the data 50 was stored. That memory has some address location. That address location is what there? 1010. Compiler will do this work when compiler compiles into a is equal to 50. This is in C and C++ only. Don't apply this in Java. Later I'll give information in Java. That's okay, fine. Next one is when compiler evaluates this instruction into star p, then compiler recognized this variable is a pointer variable because of star notation. So that p variable will be taken like this. For this p variable also some memory will be provided. Inside this memory, how much memory it will be assigned for p variable? How much memory is required to store address values? That much memory is provided for pointer variable. Okay, memory is provided. That's okay, nice. After this, when a compiler evaluates this instruction, first a compiler will evaluate ampersand a. What is this ampersand a? Address of the a. Address of the a is what there? 1010. That 1010 will be assigned to p variable. That value will be available like this, 1010 like this. Now, in this case, what's the point I'm telling there? P variable is referring directly that a location. This is directly the meaning. P variable is a pointer which refers address of a, which refers the data, which refers address location 1010. Now tell me, this entire thing is going on at what time? Come on, who is performing this entire activity? This entire action is performed by whom? Compiler or not? C compiler, not at runtime. In the case of C programming language, this everything is going on at compilation time only, not at runtime. For a pointer variable, at what time memory is allocated and initialized? In the case of C programming language, at a compilation time or at runtime? At a compilation time only. At a compilation time only, memory is allocated for pointer variables. Am I right or not? Now tell me, is it not a static memory loading? Sorry, is it not static memory allocation? The memory is allocated for pointer variables at compilation time by the compiler in the sense, is it not like static memory allocation? Yes, definitely it is a static memory allocation. So final conclusion I'm telling there, pointers required what? Pointers required static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation? Static memory allocation. Remember this, compiler has done this total work. Okay, fine. Now let me save this one. Why? Because we require this clearly. Say for example, Java 10 now. Okay, no issues. Just I want to remove all of them. Okay, sir. No issues. Just I want to create then another folder for the sake of our content here. Full stack 10 a.m. Okay. Then here I want to provide like what there. This is pointers. Pointers versus reference variables. Okay. This diagram I required now. Right, sir. Now let's move on to the point here. What is the point I'm telling there? Directly. That point is like what there in C and C++ applications. In a C and C++ applications, pointer variables are recognized and initialized at the time of compilation only. At the time of compilation only. In C and C++ applications, pointer variables are recognized and initialized at the time of compilation only. Okay, remember this point. Now finally, I want to give one important interview question now. On the basis of this discussion, I'm giving one important interview question. What is that question here? Observe carefully. Why pointer variables are existed in a C and C++, and why pointer variables are not existed in Java? That's a question here. Of course, there's the same thing is a title we can understand, no? Why pointer variables exist in C, C++, and why pointer variables do not exist in Java? Right, sir. Answers are very clear. I'm going to give some few answers now. Try to understand it clearly. First one is answer number one. Point number one. Observe carefully. Pointer variables required static memory allocation, but Java is following. Come on, Java is following what type of memory allocation? Dynamic memory allocation. But Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. Point number one. Same point in a different direction, sir. Understand it now. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages. Same point. But in the point of programming language, I'm telling you, pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Because of this reason also we can understand it clearly. Pointers are not suitable in Java, pointers are suitable in C and C++. Why? Because C and C++ are static programming languages. They're following static memory allocation. But Java is a dynamic programming language and which follows dynamic memory allocation. Clear? Point number three. Understand it clearly. Pointers are very much suitable. Pointers are very much suitable in a platform, dependent programming languages. Pointers are very much suitable in a platform dependent programming languages. But what about this point here? But Java is a platform. What is it now? Platform independent programming language. But Java is a platform independent programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine. See, now come for this point here. Just 1 minute of time. I want to give some explanation. First of all, let's assume it platform dependent programming language. What is the meaning of this platform independent programming language? compilation and execution on the same operating system. Platform independent programming language. Compilation is on one operating system, execution is on another operating system. Clear cut information. For example, in a platform dependent programming language, I have used pointer. I compiled my program in next operating system. At the time of compilation, pointer variable is having some address value, is able to refer some memory location. At compilation time, that pointer variable has the value, that is address location, already fixed, already confirmed it. That means initialization is provided for the pointer variable. Completed. I'm executing the program in the same operating system as platform dependent programming language. In the same operating system, pointer variable is referring the same location or a different location at runtime. At compilation time, it is allocated. Same program we are executing in the same operating system. At runtime, the pointer variable is referring the same location or not? Yes, exactly. Same location where we are not going to have any data collision or where we are not going to have any problem with the memory. Same memory is referred by pointer variable at compilation and as well as at what time? No, runtime. Clear. Okay. 2 minutes of time. Understand it. Pointers are available in Java. 2 minutes of time. Understand it. Pointers are available in what? Java. Java is what type of programming language? Platform independent programming language. Assume it. I want to compile my program in X operating system. I want to run the same program in Y operating system. That means in two different computers, not in a single computer. Clear. For example, I have used a pointer in my Java program. When I compile my program in one computer, pointer variable is referring 1010 memory location. At a compilation time, 1010 memory location is available, where data is available, that is referred by which variable? Pointer variable. Okay, compilation is completed. Same program I will take on to the another computer Y, where still my pointer variable value is what there? 1010, but not on the same computer, in a different computer. In a different computer, when we execute the program, when we execute the pointer, pointer is still referring what location? 1010. But in another computer, do you have any guarantee that 1010 locations are free? Do you have any guarantee that 1010 contains the same data what we assign at compilation time? Maybe that 1010 may have that operating system software. Our pointer is trying to corrupt the operating system software. Maybe our operating system may be collapsed. Do you have any guarantee that address which is assigned at compilation time for the pointer is still remains the same at runtime? Do you have any guarantee for it? So because of that reason, we can conclude that pointers are not suitable in a platform independent programming language, but pointers are suitable in the case of what? Their platform dependent programming language. Because of that reason only, I given the point is like what? There pointers are very much suitable in a platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. One more point, last point here. Understand this clearly. What about this point here? Pointers is a confusion oriented feature. Confusion oriented feature. It will increase confusion to the developers. But Java is what? But Java is a simple programming language. It must not provide confusion to the developers. Right, sir. I'm giving some reasons now. In C programming language, even if I ask a question now, which topic is the most confusion oriented topic in C programming language? Everybody, max members will say that pointers concept. Even I'm not taking even that point as a count. What actually the reason I'm telling to you why pointers are confusion oriented feature in C programming language? I'll give one reason. What is that reason here? 1 minute, sir. I'll complete this, no problem. Understand the reason, no? In the case of pointers, two types of pointers are available. What are the two types of pointers? No, single level pointer, multi-level pointer. Two types of pointers. What are the two types of pointers? No, single level pointer, multi-level pointer. What is this single level pointer? Pointer is referring directly the data. only one level. A pointer is referring directly data, one level, single level pointer. But what is this multi-level pointer? No, one pointer is referring another pointer, another pointer is referring some other pointer, some other point is referring some other pointer, that pointer is referring data. Yes sir, got my point? Or not? The reference is going on through multiple levels or not? So that's why they are nothing but what they're multi-level pointers. In the case of multi-level pointers, 2 level, 3 level is okay, we can recognize it and we can trace it. But if the level, the number of level, that means multi-level pointers are going on at a 10th level pointers or 20th level pointers, no, definitely we may lose our concentration over this total. We may lose our concentration over what the tracing of these pointers, which pointer is referring which pointer, and actually which point is referring our data. There's a confusion for us. Because of this reason here, we are able to conclude that pointers is a bit confusion oriented feature. It will increase confusion to the developers, but Java is a simple programming language. It doesn't have any confusion oriented feature. If you observe the Java syntaxes, no, every syntax of Java is a straight and bold, but which is not there in the case of other programming languages. If we take C programming language, somewhat confusion oriented features, somewhat confusion oriented syntaxes, no. But in Java, every feature is a clear cut, every feature is a straightforward feature. Every syntax is a simple and a straightforward. Easily we can understand clearly. So developers are not getting confusion with the Java code, but developers are getting confusion with what there? C and C++. Clear, sir? Now these are overall the differences, no? But still, one more interview question is available. I need to cover that question here in the next class, but the question is what are the differences between, understand it clearly, pointer variables and what are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? Pointer variables are available in Java, but reference variables are available in, sorry, pointer variables are available in C and C++, but reference variables are available in Java. But what is reference variable? How reference variable is created? All the points we have to understand. Then only we can differentiate the pointers and reference variables. Is that all of you okay? All of you are getting clarity in these points, no? Right, sir. Today's class is somewhat important class. Some internal concepts I have discussed with you. Without a delay, after completion of, you might be, whenever we are getting this video, no, try to watch that video 1 or 2 times, no. Try to take one white paper, then try to practice it. If it is possible, try to explain the content what you learn to somebody else. Try to teach Java along with me to somebody else. Then you will remember the subject for a long time. Okay. Shall we meet on tomorrow regarding the next point here? Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue the remaining points. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Log4j is a different tool. Just for the sake of logging, it can be used to send some data to like what there to the different log files. No, because of that reason, maybe that log file Log4j may give some effect in the Java. No, but I didn't hide about it. Then see they are the third-party tools. If we require, then we can use them. If we don't require, we may not use that. By default, that feature will not come. I see. Understand it clearly. Log4j is like what there. It's like what I'm telling there. Yeah, Log4j is like what there is a third-party tool. Right. If it is giving really some security issues, no, then we will not use it. There is no mandatory condition to use the third-party tools. Right. The Nagoor Java, how much time it will take to complete? As per my view, then I am telling it clearly like what there. Yeah, 3 to 3.5 months of time it will take. Anyway, then it's very starting, no? Then I will take it. Parallel, I will start advanced Java also, Devika. Then don't worry. Yeah, Vamshi, please. Morning 8 batch is available, not immediately. See, then so core Java is going in at 10 to 11:30 only. But second slot in the sense that advanced Java, I'm thinking about it at morning either like 8:30 or maybe at 11:30. I may think about it, but not immediately. It may take some time. Once you covered some content in core Java, then only I can do that. Okay. Right. Thank you. Yeah. Morning. There we go. So I'm following you for a long time. Yeah. Thank you, Rajanandani Ramesh. Okay. ఉంచు ఫ్యాన్స్ ఉంచు. All right. Anything else, guys? And shall we meet on tomorrow? Very much interested to join your class. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just 1 minute, guys. And yeah. Then one time talk with your admin people, Rajanandani. Just one time talk with your admin people. They will give more clarity regarding that issue. Okay. Right. So which and we are going to discuss Java with the comparing C, C++. Just 2 classes I have completed there. Just this is third difference today I discussed with it. Okay. Yeah. Rajanandani, just talk with the admin people. They will recognize you. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Yeah. Please come. Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Okay. Uh-huh. Acha. Okay, might be then this gap is for the sake of this, right? Okay, fine. Okay. In which language? Acha. Okay, .NET related. Yeah, VB.NET or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. No, no. First of all, then you are giving one statement. It is far away from the reality. The point is what cloud doesn't require everything. Say, for example, nowadays DevOps tools, DevOps course is there. Where Linux, next one is what there, then AWS or maybe Azure, and next one is DevOps tools. So, what we used to suggest for the people actually, if we are spreading about these technical things, if you are not interested for this more technical programming languages, that the best alternative is DevOps only. In the DevOps, automatically part of the DevOps only, the cloud will come. AWS. Yeah. No, DevOps, see, that's what I'm telling there. We used to suggest for whom the DevOps course there, those who are not too much in technical, those who are not in academic, like not in BTech background, those who are in completely BSc background, those are not aware about programming languages. So then we used to suggest for them for DevOps. So they will understand DevOps easily. So just it is a matter of clicking buttons only. There no coding is going to be written here. Just but conceptually we have to understand. For understanding the concepts, then what we require, just awareness is required. That's sufficient. Yeah, then nowadays might be then as per my concern, nowadays which courses are getting very good demand in the sense Java plus DevOps. A DevOps engineer having Java background, then that person will get more priority. That is the situation. Why? Because if in the case of like what, in the case of DevOps, no deployments we are going to understand. Even to understand the deployments, really Java application deployment is not required that knowledge. But if you know that, your resume will get more weightage. Yeah, that's the point I'm telling you nowadays. But the point is what you have some academic gap, and academics you completed where? What you completed there? Yeah, no, what you complete? BTech or MCA or something? BCA, MCA you completed, no? MCA is okay. It's a technical background only. So, but my suggestion is what? If you are able to, if you want to put somewhat extra time, long time, see for example, if you take the DevOps, no, it's a matter of 2.5 to 3 months of time, it will be completed, only DevOps. But Java with the DevOps, if you want to complete it, it may take nearly 6 to 7 months of time or maybe 8 months of time, because Java is a lengthy one, Java is long. So we have to understand that each and every concept here nearly, if you want to go up to the DevOps level with the Java, in Java we need to understand up to frameworks level. Understand? That means almost all I'm telling there full stack Java. In full stack Java, if you have awareness there in every aspect. Yeah, DevOps will come there inside this full stack. See, if you take that full stack Java, what you are able to get, front end development we are able to get up to React.js, middleware application development, the total Java we are able to get up to frameworks. No, then back end, Oracle, MySQL, something else we are able to get. Testing tools awareness you are able to get. Along with all these things, Linux, AWS, and DevOps tools. So these things will be nearly almost all 14 subjects is a package now, right? But if you know that full stack Java, if you are having awareness on it, these full stack Java developers are getting very good demand nowadays in outside. And then as per our concern, if you see you are unable to try for the companies as a fresher, definitely we have to keep some experience. So if you want to keep some experience there, then it is somewhat better to have like what their full stack Java developer, then it will be better if you want to keep some experience. But nowadays might be the season is somewhat trying outside, so without having experience unable to survive in the market. Even we are unable to get more number of calls at present now. But luckily we are having some gap. You can utilize up to 3 years of experience. You can claim it is up to 3 years of experience in your resume. It will be okay. You can manage the things. But more than that, if you keep no, expectations will be varied. Definitely they'll have more expectations. No? You are unable to, what I'm telling there, you are unable to give response for them properly. Hmm. Yeah, think about it and take the required action. But my suggestion is what there, Java with the DevOps is the best option nowadays. Yeah, 6 to 7 months of time. 1 month before or later, it will be completed. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, ma'am. చెప్పమ్మా అమ్మా ఉమ్, చెప్పండి పర్లేదు. ఓకే 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 మీరు డైరెక్ట్ నన్నే అడుగుతారు, చెప్పరని ఎవరు చెప్పారు? ఫస్ట్ ఇష్యూ ఎవరు రియల్ టైం చెప్పిన ఎవరు చెప్పారు? ఏది ఆఫీస్లోను? మన ఆఫీస్లోను రియల్ టైం అన్నారా లేదా రియల్ టైం ప్రాజెక్ట్ లేదని చెప్పి? అంటే మరి రియల్ టైం చెప్పలేదంటే అసలు నన్నే చంపేసినట్లు ఇప్పుడు ఆల్మోస్ట్ మీరు. అంతే కదా మరి. ఇప్పుడు రియల్ టైం చెప్పరు అంటే అసలు నేను చెప్తుంది ఇదంతా కూడా కాన్సెప్ట్ బేస్ తీసుకుని మొత్తం కాన్సెప్ట్ తీసుకెళ్ళదు. రియల్ టైం ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనేది ఎందుకంటే నేను చెప్తాను చూడండి ఇక్కడ పాయింట్. సో ఇఫ్ ఐ టేక్ ఎనీ ప్రాజెక్ట్, if I explain that inside the class, no, it shouldn't be a real time project. Think of it. Just it is for the sake of practice only. Even if you keep that in your resume, the company people will not accept it. If you want to complete any real time project, that environment is required. So in entire market, if any institute is conducting real time project for the students, no, it's a blunder and it's a fake. Yes, still I'm telling to you the point here. So then, say, I don't want to blame any students inside Durgasoft, right? That's what direct information I'm telling you. So we are not going to do this kind of, what I'm telling you, fake kind of promises. The point is what? In the classroom, I'm going to take the content. First of all, clear-cut information I will provide. On each and every topic, we are going to take the applications. That application should be in a real-time standards. Of course, I may not give that entire project at a time, but within that project, depending on the content, the respective model will be prepared on the basis of the real-time scenarios only. As it is that how we are going to work in the companies there, the same thing is going to be happen here. DevOps వస్తాయి. అండ్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్లో డెవాప్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది మీకు ఆటోమేటిక్. ఇవన్నీ వస్తాయి. హౌ టు డిప్లాయ్ మై ప్రాజెక్ట్, దాని మానిటరింగ్ మొత్తం అవన్నీ కూడా మీకు స్టార్టింగ్ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ రాలేదా? వెరీ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఇది చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా అంటే జనరల్గా మీకు ఏమేమి వస్తాయంటే ఇక్కడ నేను అది మొత్తం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను క్లియర్గా. జస్ట్ ఇట్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్. మీరు మేజర్ కనుక స్టేజెస్ కనుక తీసుకుంటే అనాలిసిస్ అంటే జస్ట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ డూయింగ్ దట్, దెన్ సమ్ హైర్ అఫీషియల్స్ విల్ డూ దట్, లివ్ ఇట్. Development onwards we will do that. Development, testing and production, these 3 phases are going on. In the development, front-end development, middleware application development, back-end development. That what we used to cover HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and up to React.js, front-end development. Middleware application development, Core Java, Advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring Web Services, Spring Boot, Microsoft. This is middleware application development. Back-end, a regular MySQL. Only one is sufficient. 1 minute. Yeah, here, my web services and microservices. So SOAP and RESTful service will come under web services. Microservices is the next level of the Spring Boot. Spring Boot is the next of the Spring, and this is totally middleware application development. So this is totally development area. These many things are going to be covered. For testing, what is required? Manual plus Selenium is required. For production, Linux, AWS, and DevOps. Inside these DevOps, on Kubernetes or maybe Jenkins or maybe all the tools will come under like what are the DevOps tools. Almost nearly then 14 to 15 tools are there under the DevOps now. But the point is what here my area is only this part, middleware application development, major part. Now this part is my area. I will take the class up to web services and microservice and all up to this point. Remaining courses would be taken care by some other trainers. So here DevOps, your required part, DevOps. Mahasar is going to take that. Maybe this Sunday at evening 5 o'clock, we are conducting a free workshop on only DevOps. Just come and join with that. You may get some awareness on it. How DevOps is going on there, what's going to be happening with the DevOps, that we are able to understand. Okay, one time just come there, we can ask to him directly, we can interact with him in that session, so we'll give more clarity even when compared with me. I suppose basically Java developer, right? Okay, DevOps content will be taken by some other trainer. He will take that workshop there on Sunday evening 5 o'clock, DevOps only. Okay, then all these things are the total end-to-end project. These all technologies are covered inside this full stack. I prepared this full stack curriculum just by thinking about the company's requirement. In outside might be full stack Java, in the sense people are completing core Java, advanced Java, Oracle, finish full stack, but not like this. Some other people are completing core Java, directly Spring Boot, microservices, finish full stack. No, not like that. So full stack in the sense nearly 13 to 14 subjects are available that we have to learn. Moreover, these subjects are not like light knowledge. All these subjects that we are going to taught not in light manner. All these are individual courses. All individual courses are going to be run. In that courses you have to join. So top to bottom concepts we are going to understand. At least we can identify this how I'm starting our core Java content here. Right from which level? Almost all. Not even 0th level. -100 level onwards I'm starting today. Advanced JDBC. The core Java, Java 8 and all these things will come under core Java. And మీకు ఇంకా అంటే అసలు మీరు అసలు కంప్లీట్గా అసలు ఈరోజు ఫస్ట్ టైం వస్తున్నారా? ఒక పని చేయండి, నేను చెప్తున్నాను అంటే నేను ఇప్పుడు చూపిస్తాను మీకు కొంతవరకు ఏంటంటే ఒక నిమిషం చెప్పమ్మా. ఇక్కడమ్మా ఇప్పుడు నా కోర్ జావాలో ఏమేమి చెప్తానో ఒకరోజు చెప్పేసాను ఆల్రెడీ. రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ టు మొత్తం ఏ టాపిక్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఉంటుంది మొత్తం ఇదంతా కూడా మీకు ఆల్మోస్ట్ కలెక్షన్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా వచ్చేస్తాయి. ఫైనల్గా చూడండి ఇక్కడ జావా 8 వర్షన్ 9 వర్షన్ టు అప్ టు 20th వర్షన్ వరకు మీకు కవర్ అవుతుంది దీనిలో కోర్ జావాలో. ఓకేనా, ఇది కోర్ జావా. ప్లస్ ఇంకా నా రోడ్ మ్యాప్ ఇచ్చాను కంప్లీట్గా, అంటే ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా నేను ఎట్లా కంప్లీట్ చేస్తాను అనేది రోడ్ మ్యాప్ ఇచ్చాను. ఇక్కడ చూడండి క్లియర్గా ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా కనుక తీసేసుకుంటే జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఇన్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా 2 సెషన్స్ నేను యూజ్ చేసుకుంటా. సెషన్ 1 సెషన్ 2. ఆ టైమింగ్స్ అనేవి ఎట్లా ఉంటాయి? ఇప్పుడు 10 to 11:30 తీసుకుంటా, ఏదర్ 11:30 to 1 తీసుకుంటాను సెకండ్ స్లాట్, ఆర్ మేబీ 8:30 to 10 తీసుకుంటా, డిపెండ్స్. ఇంకా నేను డిసైడ్ చేయలేదు. అది ఈ సెషన్ అయితే కన్ఫర్మ్ 10 to 11:30. ఈ 2 స్లాట్స్ అయితే నేను తీసేసుకుంటా కంప్లీట్గా. మేబీ ఇప్పుడు కోర్ జావా స్టార్ట్ చేసాను కాబట్టి మేబీ ఆఫ్టర్ 1 month of time from now, after 1 month of time or maybe 40 days of time I'll start advanced Java parallelly. ఏంది కంప్లీట్ కోర్ జావా కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాత అడ్వాన్స్ జావా చేద్దామంటే టైం ఎక్కువ తీసేసుకుంటుంది, 1 year కూడా సరిపోదు. సో కోర్ జావా మిడిల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు అడ్వాన్స్ జావా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. మనకి ఎంత కోర్ అడ్వాన్స్ జావాకి ఎక్కడైతే రిక్వైర్డ్ పార్ట్ ఎంతవరకు అయితే కావాలో అంతవరకు కోర్ జావాలో అయిపోతే వెంటనే నేను అడ్వాన్స్ జావా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. అడ్వాన్స్ జావా మిడిల్లో ఉంటుంది, కోర్ జావా అయిపోతే అక్కడ స్ప్రింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. స్ప్రింగ్ నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది, అడ్వాన్స్ జావా మధ్యలో అయిపోతే అక్కడ హైబర్నేట్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. హైబర్నేట్ నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది, మధ్యలో స్ప్రింగ్ అయిపోతే స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. అంటే ఈ 2 స్లాట్స్ అనేవి ప్యారలల్గా వెళ్తూ ఉంటాయి నా క్లాసెస్లో. నెక్స్ట్ 6 months వరకు ఈ 2 వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. ఈ రెండింటికి ప్యారలల్గా ఎట్ ఎనీ టైం మిగతా 2 స్లాట్స్ తీసేసుకొని మిగతా 2 స్లాట్స్లో రిమైనింగ్ అరాకిల్, బేసిక్ యూఐ, యాంగులర్ ఆర్ రియాక్ట్, లినక్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడ కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే కోర్ అండ్ అడ్వాన్స్ నేను చెప్పగలుగుతాను అయిపోవచ్చు, కానీ అంటే రియాక్ట్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మీరు మళ్ళీ ఇది బేసిక్ యూఐ కావాలి. ఎవరిస్తారు? స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ ఇక్కడ మీకు పాయింట్ అది, ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం అంతా కూడా మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ వస్తున్న రీజన్ చూడండి. ఎందుకో చెప్పిన స్టాండర్డైజేషన్ లేదు ప్రాబ్లం అది. ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ మీరు ఏమంటే ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు, మీరు ఏదైనా కానీ మీరు జావాలో కింగ్ అయినా సరే ప్రాంప్ట్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ మీరు ఆలోచిస్తుంది ఏంటంటే గబక్క నేర్చేసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోయి జాబ్ కొట్టేద్దాం, మళ్ళీ కోర్ జావా స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ మైక్రో సర్వీస్ నేర్చేసుకుని జాబ్ కొట్టేసి మళ్ళీ వద్దాం అనుకుంటాం. లేదు లేదు, అసలు మీకు మీకు కాన్సెప్ట్స్ నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే స్టాండర్డ్ సొల్యూషన్ అర్థం చేసుకో, అర్థమయ్యేదానికి కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా కోర్ జావా ఈరోజు తీసుకున్నాను, ఈరోజు అడ్వాన్స్ కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఏమర్థమైతే. ప్లస్ మీకు ఇక్కడ స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్కి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే స్ప్రింగ్ నాలెడ్జ్ కావాలి, ఈ స్ప్రింగ్ నాలెడ్జ్ కావాలంటే ఇక్కడ అడ్వాన్స్ జావా కావాలి, హైబర్నెట్ కావాలి. అసలు మొత్తం లేకుండా ఈ స్టాక్ లేకుండా ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతే మొత్తం కన్ఫ్యూజనే. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ బయట కూడా చెప్తున్నారు, ఇట్లా చెప్తున్నారు, యాక్చువల్ నడుస్తున్నాయి కోర్సెస్ కొంతమంది దగ్గర, కానీ వాళ్ళ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఏంటంటే ఏదో టెంపరీ సొల్యూషన్, ఆ మూమెంట్లో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, అయిపోతున్నారు, జాబ్ వస్తే వస్తుంది లేకపోతే లేదు. కానీ ఇక్కడ నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే వన్స్ ఇదంతా కూడా నా స్ట్రీమ్ లో కానీ మీది కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయిందంటే నెక్స్ట్ 20 years ఆఫ్ టైం మీకు ఎట్లా వెనక్కి తిరిగి చూసుకునే పని ఉండదు, పర్మనెంట్ సొల్యూషన్. ఇంకా మీ కంపెనీలోకి వెళ్ళి ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నాలజీ ఉండండి, మీ ఓన్గా మీరు అప్డేట్ అవుతారు, ఎందుకు మీకు స్ట్రాంగ్ బేస్ ఉంటుంది. ప్రాబ్లం అంతా ఏంది, ఆ బేస్. ఇప్పుడు మీకు మీరే చెప్తున్నారు క్యాప్జిమ్ లో చేస్తున్నా అన్నారు, అదేదో మొత్తానికి అక్కడ సరే అది పక్కన పెట్టండి అండి, ఫేక్. ఇప్పుడు అందరు పెట్టేది ఫేక్ అనే, ఇక్కడ అదంతా కూడా ఇప్పుడు ప్రపంచం మొత్తం వెళ్తుంది ఫేక్ మీదే. మీరేం కొత్తగా పెట్టి మీరేం దాని మీద ఇన్నోవేట్ చేయలేదు, అది అది మీరేది తప్పు కూడా చేయలేదు, చెప్తున్నా చూడండి. అక్కడ పాయింట్ అంతా ఏంటంటే అక్కడికి వెళ్ళారు, వాళ్ళు ఏదో వర్క్ ఇచ్చారు, అవి అర్థం కాకే కదా మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మనం వస్తుంది బ్యాక్. మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు కూడా స్టాండర్డ్ నేర్చుకోకుండా మళ్ళీ ఇదే మళ్ళీ షార్ట్ కట్లో వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ వెళ్తే వద్దు వద్దు వద్దు, అస్సలకి కొంత టైం పట్టుద్ది, కానీ అది ఆ ఓపికతో ఒకసారి నేర్చేసుకోండి, ఒకసారి నేర్చేసుకుంటే అయిపోతుంది. ఇంకా మీకు మీకు అంతగా ఇంకా నాకు నేను తొందరగా కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోవాలి సార్, నేను ఆగే పొజిషన్ లేదంటే నా ప్రీవియస్ బ్యాచ్ వీడియోస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆహాహా. అట్లా అట్లా ఇవ్వట్లేదు, అంటే లింక్స్ మళ్ళీ ప్రైవేట్ లింక్స్ కదా అవన్నీ కూడా, అది మళ్ళీ పబ్లిక్ వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. అప్పుడు నేనేం చేస్తున్నానంటే ప్రతి క్లాస్ రికార్డింగ్, ప్రతి క్లాస్ రికార్డింగ్ ఇచ్చేస్తున్నాం అందరికి. ఇప్పుడు ఈరోజు క్లాస్ అయిపోయింది, విత్ ఇన్ 1 hour లో విల్ గెట్ ఏ రికార్డింగ్, మీకు ఆ రికార్డింగ్ ఇచ్చేస్తాం, మీరు 365 days ఎప్పుడైనా చూసుకోవచ్చు, అప్ టు 1 year వరకు వ్యాలిడిటీ. అంటే జనరల్గా బేసిక్గా అఫీషియల్ బౌండరీ 1 year అని చెప్తాం కోర్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, కానీ 1 year లో కూడా తీసేసేది ఏం లేదు, అవి ఉన్నంత వరకు ఉంటానే ఉంటాయి. మా వాళ్ళు అసలు తీరవి బేసిక్గా అడ్మిన్లో ఇష్యూ ఏం లేదు దానిలో. అంటే ఇక్కడ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇంకోటి కూడా చెప్తున్నాను, ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర సిచ్యువేషన్ ఏంటంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ కనుక వస్తే మీరు ఈ బ్యాచ్ అటెండ్ అవుతారు, నేను చెప్తున్న కంటెంట్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ నాట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కంప్లీట్లీ, ఏదో కొంత ల్యాక్ అనిపిస్తుంది, ఏదో సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ లేదు, దెన్ కెన్ కమ్ ఫర్ సెకండ్ బ్యాచ్ ఆల్సో, సేమ్ కోర్ బ్యాచ్, అనదర్ బ్యాచ్ ఆల్సో, బట్ ద పాయింట్ ఈస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ కంప్లీట్లీ. అంతే కదా, అక్కడ నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు నేర్చుకుని శుభ్రంగా నేర్చుకోవాలి, కంప్లీట్ నేర్చుకోవాలి. కంప్లీట్నెస్ లేదనుకోండి ఇంకా ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా మీరు డౌట్ఫుల్, ఐ మీన్ ఆ ఎంటీనెస్ ఉంటుంది మైండ్లో. అట్లా కాదు, నేను టైం తీసుకుంటా, చెప్పే కంటెంట్ శుభ్రంగా చెప్తాం, స్ట్రాంగ్ ఫౌండేషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఇంకా మీరు ఏ ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళినా సరే ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా సరే మ్యాథ్స్ ఈ ఏరియాలోనే ఉంటుంది మొత్తం. ఏమో మరి నేర్చుకున్న దాన్ని మరి తర్వాత ఇంకా మరి ఏం చేస్తారు, ప్రాక్సీలా. అసలు దుర్గా సాఫ్ట్ లో వచ్చి మీరు ఆ వర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయడమే వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. ప్రాక్సీస్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కానీ చెప్తున్నా చూడండి, 80%. అసలు మీరు ఒక పని చేయండి, అది నా డెమో క్లాస్ నుంచి వినండి, మొత్తం 3-4 ఉన్నాయి వీడియోస్. ఈ బ్యాచ్ వినండి క్లియర్గా, మీరు అడిగే ప్రతి క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ ఉంది అక్కడ. ఇంకోటి చెప్తున్నా, మీరు ఇంత కష్టపడి నాకు 30,000 పే చేసేసి 6 నెలలు 7 నెలలు టైం తీసుకొని నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ప్రాక్సీ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తున్నారంటే సూసైడ్ కేసు, అంతే కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకోటి మాట చెప్తున్నా, ప్రాక్సీ అనే వర్డ్ మీరు అంటున్నారు కానీ అది ఎంత రాంగ్ పాయింట్ చెప్పినా మీ ఎంటైర్ కెరీర్కి బ్లాక్ మార్క్. మీరు 22 years 23 years లెర్నింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ టైప్ పెట్టారు టైము, చివరి మూమెంట్లో జాబ్ కోసం అని చెప్పి బ్యాక్ డోర్ అను లేకపోతే ఏదనో ఇంకొకటి నేను చెప్తున్నా ఫేక్ పెడతాం, అది మీ టాలెంట్ అప్రిషియేషన్, అది మీరేమి అంటే కంపెనీస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ లేదు. ఇంకోటి కూడా చెప్తున్నా, కంపెనీ వాళ్ళు తెలిసి మిమ్మల్ని తీసుకున్నారు, దానిలో ఇష్యూ ఏం లేదు. ప్లస్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం అది పెడతాం, అది మీ టాలెంట్, మంచి టాలెంట్, అది దాన్ని సస్టైన్ అయ్యడం కూడా టాలెంటే అక్కడ లోపలికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత. కానీ ఇక్కడ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే మీరు జాబ్ తెచ్చుకోవడమే బ్యాక్ డోర్లోనో లేదా ప్రాక్సీ ద్వారా జాబ్ తెచ్చుకున్నారనుకోండి, ఇట్స్ అ బ్లాక్ మార్క్. సర్వైవల్ తర్వాత విషయం ముందు మీ 22 years ఆఫ్ కెరీర్కి మీనింగ్ ఏముంటుంది చెప్పండి. ఒకసారి బ్యాక్ తిరిగి చూసుకున్నాడు, ఇన్ని ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాసి ఇంత పర్సంటేజ్ దేనికి తగలబెట్టినా ఆ టైంలో అందరికీ, ఇప్పుడు నేనైనా సరే అవసరం లేదు కదా మనకి. నేను అనేది ఏంటంటే అది అది వదిలేసేయండి ఇంకా. ఆ ప్రాసెస్ అయిపోయిందో జరిగిపోయింది. శుభ్రంగా నేర్చుకోండి. క్లియర్ కట్‌గా నేర్చుకోండి. మీరు నేర్చుకున్న దాని మీద ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళండి. మీరే ఆన్సర్ చేయండి ఆ క్వెషన్స్‌కి. మీ టాలెంట్‌ని బేస్ చేసుకొని జాబ్ వస్తే అదే తీసుకోండి. అంతేగాని ఎవడో ఇంటర్వ్యూ మన పేరు మీద చేసి మనం జాబ్ తెచ్చుకుంటే అవసరం ఏముంది? అదే చెప్తున్నాను మనం. నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే మీ ఓన్ కావాలి. మీ ఓన్ మీద వెళ్ళండి మీరు. మీ టాలెంట్ మీద వెళ్ళండి. మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ మీద వెళ్ళండి. మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ మీద వెళ్తే మీరు ఏ వర్క్ అని చేయగలుగుతారు అక్కడ. అది నేను ఆ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఇస్తాను మీకు. నా క్లాస్‌లో నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే అదే. నా దగ్గరికి అందుకనే చాలా మంది ఇవి నాకు అది వరకు కూడా వచ్చినాయి. ప్రాక్సీలు చేస్తారని 1 ఆర్ 2 టైమ్స్ నా దగ్గరికి. అసలు నేను తన్ని తరిమేసాను వాళ్ళనైతే. అదే నేను చేస్తే ఇంక వాళ్ళెందుకు? స్టూడెంట్సే నా దగ్గర నుంచి స్టూడెంట్ నన్ను అడుగుతున్నారు. క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తానని చెప్పి అడ్మిషన్ క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తానని చెప్పాను. అదే 6-7 మంత్స్ మేబీ ఎక్స్టెండ్ అవ్వచ్చు 1 మంత్ పక్కా. మార్నింగ్ టైంలో ఉంటాయి. మీ బ్యాచ్‌కి వచ్చేసరికి మార్నింగ్. నా వేరే ఫుల్ స్టాక్ ఉన్నాయి కదా! అది ఈవినింగ్ టైంలో ఉంటాయి. మీ బ్యాచ్‌కి వచ్చేసరికి ఇప్పుడు ప్రెజెంట్ లేదు మీకు ఒక ఆప్షన్ చెప్తాను చూడండి. నాది ఈవినింగ్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ నడుస్తుంది. వితిన్ 1 మంత్‌లో 40 డేస్‌లో నేను ఫ్రేమ్‌వర్క్ స్టార్ట్ చేయబోతున్నా. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ కోర్ జావా గనుక ఐడియా ఉంటే రేపు 4:00కి అడ్వాన్స్ జావా ఉంది. ఆహ్, యాహ్! దట్స్ వాట్ ఐయామ్ టెల్లింగ్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేనేమంటానంటే దెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అటెండ్ అగైన్ అడ్వాన్స్ జావా ఇమ్మీడియేట్‌లీ దెన్ 4:00 టుమారో ఉంది బ్యాచ్. కానీ వచ్చి కూర్చోండి కూర్చోండి డెమోస్ వరకి. మీకు ఎంతవరకు సిట్యుయేషన్ అర్థమైందో నాకు క్లారిటీ లేదు. పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే కోర్ జావా ఐడియా లేకుండా అడ్వాన్స్ జావా నేర్చుకున్నా కూడా వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీకు మార్నింగ్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్లాట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా! యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఈ స్లాట్స్‌లో మీకు వచ్చేసి ప్రతిదీ టెక్నాలజీ. ఈ మిగతా స్లాట్స్‌లో ఫుల్ స్టాక్‌లో రిమైనింగ్ కోర్సెస్ అని ప్యారలల్‌గా నేర్చేసుకుంటారు మీరు. సో, అట్ ది ఎండ్ 6 ఆర్ 7 ఆర్ 8 మంత్స్ నేను తీసుకుంటా కదా! ఆ టైం అయిపోయేలోపు మొత్తం మీరు ఫుల్ స్టాక్ మొత్తం మీ చేతిలో ఉంటుంది. అమ్మా! ఇవా ఎవ్రీ వీక్ స్టార్ట్ అయితేనే ఉంటాయి ఇన్‌స్టిట్యూట్‌లో బ్యాచెస్. మీ కంఫర్టబుల్ టైమ్‌లో మీరు జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. కాకపోతే ఈ 2 టైమింగ్స్ అనేది రిస్ట్రిక్షన్. అది నాకే అసైన్ చేయాలి. ఈ 2 స్లాట్స్ అని. రిమైనింగ్ స్లాట్స్ అనేవి జరుగుతూనే ఉంటాయి బ్యాచెస్. మార్నింగ్ 7 టు నైట్ 9 వరకు. ఏ స్లాట్‌లో మీరు కంఫర్ట్ ఉంటే ఆ స్లాట్‌లో ఎళ్లి జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. యాహ్! వస్తాయండి. డెఫినిట్‌గా. నేను క్లాస్‌లో ఇంటిమేట్ చేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు ఈ కొత్త బ్యాచ్ ఈడికి సంబంధించిన ఏ బ్యాచ్‌కి వచ్చినా సరే మీ క్లాస్ ఇంటిమేషన్ వస్తుంది. కోర్ జావా ఎందుకు అప్పుడు యూఏకి వెళ్ళాలంటే? కోర్ జావా అవసరం లేదు. డైరెక్ట్ హెచ్‌టీఎంఎల్, సీఎస్ అవి తీసుకొని వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు. కోర్ జావా ఇప్పుడు మీకు కోర్ జావా ఇక్కడ జావా సైడ్ వెళ్తానంటే కోర్ జావా నేర్చుకోండి. ఈవెన్ అట్లీస్ట్ డెవాప్స్‌కి వెళ్ళాలన్నా కూడా కోర్ జావా అవసరం లేదు మీకు. వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు డైరెక్ట్‌గా. మీ గురించి నేను ఒకటి చెప్తాను చూడండి క్లియర్‌గా. మీరు ఎక్కడా కూడా ఏ ఒక్క పాయింట్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చేసిన తర్వాత మీరు వెళ్ళాల్సిన రూట్ ఇట్లా అయితే మీరు ఇట్లా వెళ్దామా అని కన్‌ఫ్యూజ్ అయితున్నారు టోటల్‌గా. ఇయన్నీ దారులు మర్చిపోండి. ఫస్ట్ స్ట్రెయిట్ ఫార్వర్డ్ దారి అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటది మనకి. అది పట్టుకొని వెళ్ళండి ఫస్ట్. అయిపోద్ది. ఆల్రెడీ చేస్తున్నారు కదా ఇప్పుడు. మరి ఆ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్ కౌంట్ అయ్యిద్ది కదా! మీరు కంపెనీలో ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసారో లేదని ఎవరు చూడరు. ఎప్పుడు? అంటే రిజైన్ చేసి వస్తారా బయటికి? ఎందుకు? వాళ్ళు తీసేసేంత వరకు రాకండి. వాళ్ళు తీసేసారా మిమ్మల్ని? మరి అట్లాంటప్పుడు మీరెందుకు రిజైన్ ఎందుకు చేసినారు మీరు? వాళ్ళేందండి మిమ్మల్ని ఖాళీ కూర్చోబెట్టి డబ్బులు ఎత్తండి మీరెందుకు తీసుకోరు? సరే చేస్తున్నారు మీ వర్క్ వాళ్ళకి సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ లేదు. ఒక ఆ, నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే జనరల్ గా ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎప్పుడు కంపెనీ వేరే కంపెనీ చేంజ్ అవుతామంటే ఉన్న కంపెనీ నుంచి వేరే కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే వేరే కంపెనీ ఆఫర్ లెటర్ చేతిలో ఉంటే నేను ఇది మానేస్తా. ఈ కంపెనీ నాకు వేరే కంపెనీ చేతిలో లేదు ఎట్లా మానేస్తారు మీరు? అది 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 రాంగ్ స్టెప్. స్టెప్ ఇంకా అది చేసేది ఏం లేదు. ఇంకేస్తే నేర్చుకోవడం బ్లైండ్గా. ఆడపిల్లలకి 1,00,000 రీజన్స్ చిక్కుతాయమ్మా. ఏదైనా చెప్పొచ్చు అమ్మా. మీరందరినీ ఎవరైనా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారు. అబ్బాయిలకి ప్రాబ్లం. ఏం లేదు 6 మంత్స్ టైం మీరు అసలు చాలా ఈజీగా చెప్పేయచ్చు. ఆలోచిస్తే చాలా చిక్కుతాయి. ఆ, అది. సరే చూడండి సబ్జెక్ట్ లెవెల్ అయితే ఇక్కడ మన దగ్గర ఎక్కువ నడిచేది. ప్రాక్సీసా? ఫీ ఆఫీస్ ఇంకా థ్యాంక్ యూ. What's your background? It's going on nowadays. Might be companies are taking that BSc people. Better, always higher qualification is always suggestible in my point of view. But still, companies are taking BSc graduates also. But my sincere advice is, if you complete your MCA or PhD or maybe MTech something else, no, your salary will be 5 lakh per annum, for example. If you completed BSc, if you go for any company there, your salary may be 2.5 lakh. Example, I'm telling them. It's not like this. See, the point is, higher qualified people are getting more weightage at any cost. At the same time, more work will come. Say, for example, you are the BSc graduate now. What they're expecting from you? You want to keep some experience. You want to keep some experience. And where, and what technology you had experience? Then what you have done? Uh, yeah, you can do that. Even if you keep that experience, no, all of your background is going to be hide it. It's not going to be any problem for you. You keep experience better, suggestible to keep some experience better. Yeah, if it is a case, then it will be good thing. You'll get more number of calls. Even you'll get good salary. Yeah, that's what I'm telling there. Even though you're having some 1 year gap now, then one more point. If you think 1 year gap is a problematic thing for you to get job in outside, no, then better to go for next course, higher study. If you do that higher study again, you are becoming as a fresher. For example, if you do MCA, for example, you are doing MCA, no? When it is going to be completed? 24 is going to be completed. No? Okay, then depends on your. See, is it possible for you to go for company without completing your, without attending your colleges? For example, tomorrow if you are getting job there, will you join with that company? Yeah, then better. MCA, if you are doing MCA, try to complete it first with good percentage. Then there again you'll have number of companies there. In the case after that, in the still if you are not getting any company there, even after completing your MCA, by the time we can think of it on BSc, how much experience we have to keep. But now you are doing one course MCA there, right? But if you join with the company people will not give holidays to you to go and write the exams now, at least to attend for the classes there. So they will have, then you are going to be very much busy in the companies there. So because of that reason, it may be a difficult thing for you. First complete MCA, then after think about the job and all. Meanwhile, try to complete these courses. Yeah, with while doing this MTA, then try to complete all of your courses. Technically, you should be strong by the end of the MCA. Once you complete your all courses at the end of the MCA, then definitely you will be ready to join with any company. By the time we can go for interviews, there you will get it. చెప్పండి పర్లేదు తెలుగు చెప్పండి. లేదు, వన్స్ మీరు కంపెనీలో జాయిన్ అయితే ఇష్యూ ఏం లేదు. మీరు దాని గురించి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంటే ఇక ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కౌంట్ అయితే ఉంటుంది. ఇక ముందు ముందు కూడా మిమ్మల్ని ఎవరిని పట్టించుకోరు. ఎందుకంటే మీరు లాస్ట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఏంటి, ప్రజెంట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చూస్తారు, కానీ ఇక అకాడమిక్స్ అంతా కూడా పోద్ది. ఏది ఏ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అంటే ఇక్కడ బీటెక్ ఫ్రెషర్ వచ్చారు, మీకు 2 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంది, ఎవరికి ఎక్కువ వెయిటేజ్ ఉంటుంది? మీకే ఉంటుంది. బీటెక్ స్టూడెంట్స్కి ఏమి ఉండదు. వాళ్ళు బీటెక్ అయినా సరే మీకు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కదా, వాళ్ళు ఫ్రెషర్ కదా, సో మీకే ప్రయారిటీ ఉంటుంది. అంటే రియల్ టైంలో మీరే ఉన్నారు కదా 2 years నుంచి, మీకే ప్రయారిటీ ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఆ క్వశ్చన్ అయితే ఆన్సర్ లేదు, మీకేం ఇబ్బంది లేదు. ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టి వెళ్ళిపోతే అది కౌంట్ అయితేనే ఉంటుంది. మీకు ఎంత ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వస్తే అంత వెయిటేజ్ ఉంటుంది. అక్కడ తర్వాత మీ క్వాలిఫికేషన్ తక్కువ ఉంది అట్లేం ఉండదు. కంపెనీస్ లో కూడా ఎవరిని తీసేయరు తక్కువ క్వాలిఫికేషన్ అని చెప్పేసి. అదే మీ వర్క్ యాజ్ లాంగ్ యాజ్ మీరు వర్క్ చూపించేంత వరకు మీకు ఎట్లాంటి ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. మీ వర్క్ లేకపోతే ఇవన్నీ పాయింట్స్ అని వస్తాయి బయటికి. రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. Yeah, guys, anything else apart from this? Listening your class, there is a good clarity and understanding in our classes and about the placement which you provided. Yeah, placements, it's not like any job guarantee program. Gancheri Nirikshan Kumar, it's not like any job guarantee program, but we used to bring companies to our institute for campus drives. Yeah, regularly companies are coming to us to take campus drives from. That's the point I'm telling them. Okay, all right. Anything else, guys, apart from this? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Currently working. Please plan your sessions accordingly and very much to join our classes. Devika, yes, right, right. So, no, you didn't miss any session, Devika. Okay, didn't miss any session. I think so. You are attending these classes right from first session, right? Right from demo onwards, you are attending these sessions. Seen your name. Yeah, it's okay now. Nothing you missed it. Then we'll plan for it as per our schedule. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Yeah. Thank you, Devika. Thanks a lot.